Hello, my hearties. A very good evening to you. 'Tis just me, Scottie McClue, the world's top broadcaster and the first lord of the internet. Welcome, welcome, welcome to podcast number 13. Can you believe it? 13 podcasts already. It seems like we've been doing it 2 minutes. And lovely to have you all with us, of course. I've got 2 hours of superb, scintillating information, education, and entertainment for you tonight. So there you are. So I hope you will join us as soon as possible so that we can get started. We must not waste a second. You know what they say? You miss a moment of McClue, you miss a moment of life. Such it is the case. So there we are. Lovely to have so many of you with us already. My goodness me. Hello, says Alexandra. Hello, Alexandra. Dinky-Doo, Scottie. How are you? Says the wonderful J-Dog who's joined us right away. Dinky-Doo, Scottie. Welcome, I say. Dinky-Doo, Betty McIver. Welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Sunday night, nothing gets past me, of course. Last night was outstanding. The night before was outstanding, tremendous. And as I say, there's 700 videos for your education, edification, enjoyment, and delight live on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. So much to talk about today. Now, the protests, do you think they should have been happening in the parks when we have COVID-19 and social distancing is required? I'd be very interested in your opinions of that. Alexander says, I am Daniela's sister. Welcome, Alexandra. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue and everybody on YouTube, just for you. Like, says J-Dog, excellent. Everybody watching, like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I need subscribers. I need subscribers. Please don't make me beg for subscribers. It's the first thing you should do when you join a YouTube. Alexandra is laughing. Absolutely, Alexandra. Welcome. Wonderful to have you with us. And of course, it promises to be quite a night tonight once everybody gets their act together and comes and joins us. Now, it's a lot warmer in here tonight, so I may have to take the odd comfort break, give myself a bit of a mop down, that sort of idea. Wonderful. And also, can you make sure that you like as soon as you come on for each one of the podcasts? Wonderful. Can you also believe that we are at number 13? I think that's amazing. So there we are. And lucky for us, it's number 13. Now, I'm going to just do a bit of sharing. And if you can do the same, that would be absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. So the trick is that we like and we share and we subscribe and we keep doing that. And eventually, people will just find us and they'll come and join us. So there we are. We build it up. This is the challenge. I shall only be on as long as you want us to be on. Fantastic. I think the protests are great to get the message across, but I'm not happy that everyone is congregating together. No social distancing whatsoever. J-Dog, you are such a wise man. You're absolutely right. It's a piece of nonsense because we've had all that isolation and all that avoiding, clapping for carers, the NHS, 40,000 people have paid with their lives to coronavirus, and that could all be rendered to nothing if people ignore the instructions. Just sheer madness. We should have organized a massive online protest. That's the one for it. Guys, can I have lots and lots of these, please? Can you like the stream? The numbers are just going to spike. They will, J-Dog. That's what will happen. They will just go through the roof. Kareem, hey, Scottie, how's you? Got results texted, no corona, so just a normal cold and bad migraines. Now, Kareem, have you had migraines before? So there you are, because very often with a migraine, people know what to do. They've had it before. They think, oh, I know what this is. All that sort of stuff. Just going to sit here and get a bit of lighter to take that shadow away. I need to lean right back. There we are. I went into the butcher's. I said, could some bacon? He went, lean back. I went, sorry, could I have some bacon? There you go. Wonderful, isn't it? But welcome. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scottie McClue. We're live streaming on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo, the one-stop broadcaster, the first lord of the internet. And we're only here for a couple of hours, and it will pass in a flash. So get yourselves on and get sorted. Good evening, Scottie, says the wonderful ABC1. Dinky-Doo ABC. Good to have you with us. Welcome. I'm just going to do a quick share, guys, if I may. If you want to do some sharing, if you look down at the page that you're watching, you'll see to the right, the bottom right of what's going on there, you'll see a little red rectangle, live now. Click on that and you'll get the full works. And then you can like it and you can share it. I assume everybody's the same. J-Dog, is that the correct instruction? Is that what we have got out there? So if you're going to share and you click that, you should get all the like and share buttons coming up. I would have thought so. So there we are. Now, I'm just going to do a very quick, there we are, a bit of that. Grab a bit of that as well. Copy. Oh, yes, I'm not just an athlete, you know, I can do all that stuff. Kareem, what are you doing? Kareem's just given me £1. He's started the ball rolling. He's tapped the dollar bill and given me £1. J-Dog says, I'm going to be putting a face cam in my live streams. I'm so excited. Tell us what that is, J-Dog. You know, you're talking to McClue here. I need to know all about these things. That sounds fantastic. And if you're excited, it must be good. Kareem Zachariah, thank you so much for my £1. You are a good man. Very kind, very thoughtful, and very generous. There we are. And it just sets the ball running. Last night you mentioned about David Lloyd George. He was Liberal leader of the coalition government between 1916 and 1922. Yes. And was he in again after that, ABC1? Can you tell me? David Lloyd George, fantastic. And the Liberals were huge, you see. There was a school in Greenock in a place called Madeira Street. And that used to be one house. And that was a house of, was it Sir David Cameron? He was a Liberal. And I went to the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama in the centre of Glasgow, and it used to be the Glasgow Liberal Club. So they were big stuff at one point, the Liberals. A face cam similar to what you're doing. J-Dog, brilliant. So you're going to be popping up and chatting to the nation. We love it. More likes and subscriptions and shares, everybody. We need this. Get it going. Never, ever be complacent. We are building big style. And already we're seeing huge differences in things. So fantastic. Thank you for joining us. There's a wee share away there to all the YouTube people. Whoever has McClue has the market, Fianna. They do indeed. These were all very powerful people that made these predictions, and they were quite right. If you had Scottie McClue, you had the market. They are the dinkiest of doos. John Marshall, the dinkiest of doos to you. Lovely to have you with us. Did you know, Scottie, that YouTube claims 30% on all super chats? I did not, J-Dog. My goodness me. So there we are. Well, it's a very nice way to give anyway. And I would imagine that there will be claims on all these companies that would collect. So there we go. So we'll just have to suck it up. Betty McIver says, welcome to Ian Quinn. Scottie, I don't usually get headaches, says the wonderful Kareem, or migraines, as it's all new to me, probably using tablet more for work, and that is causing it. Yes, if you're concentrating too much. What about your eyesight, Kareem? Is your eyesight 20/20, if you'll pardon the pun? Fraser Higgins, hello, Scottie. Hello, Fraser. Lovely to have you with us. Alas, no, it was only PM for that period, but he held positions earlier than that and was Chancellor of the Exchequer between 1905 and 1908 under Henry Campbell Bannerman. Another Scot, Henry Campbell Bannerman. Fantastic stuff. Good evening, Gordon. you had all these powerful politicians from Scotland. A.J. Balfour was another. He was a Conservative at the time. Good evening, Gordon, says Ian Quinn. Excellent. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you all with us. Now, I'm just doing some more sharing. I'll go on to the super chat and welcome everybody. Good evening, everyone. Dinky-Doo. There we are. Good evening, everyone. Dinky-Doo. Right, there we are. I've just welcomed everybody on the old super chat. Fianna's giving a proprietary thing for headaches. So there you are. So have a wee check of that, Kareem. Propriety there. Wonderful stuff. Henry Campbell Bannerman was PM between 1905 and 1908 and was from Glasgow. He held his seat in Stirling. There we are. And check out A.J. Balfour. Can I just say hi, Scotty, says Jane. These videos, keep it up. Me and Fast Pat are having a chilled night watching you with a glass of Vimto. Advertising, but very nice. We like the Vimto. More likes, everybody. Pardon me. Time for a sip of water. I've got a bit of a druth on me tonight. I think I've had too many digestives. So there we are. Wonderful. Right. Good evening, everyone. Dinky-Doo, says Scottie McClue. Thank you, Scotty. Oh, well, that's me. Right, there we go. Hang on a second. Time for a comfort break. Woo! It's roasting in the studio tonight. Friday night was freezing. Balfour was the Tory leader in the first decade of the 20th century. He was of Canadian heritage and was a strong unionist. Yes, well, he would be. You had the Balfour Declaration in the Middle East, which was just a letter. But of course, it caused a huge stushy. So there you are. And, that's part of the problem that we've got nowadays in the Middle East, the Balfour Declaration. Check that out. It's at 1920. One of the pictures behind you needs plumbed, says John Marshall. No, we don't need a water supply to the pictures at all, John. They're just pictures. Nobody drinks. John Bannerman, Scotty, you mind him? Ray Mickey's father? Yes. Johnny Bannerman, fantastic. Used to have an LP with Johnny Bannerman's Cayley. Under the Scottish Liberal Party in 63-64, they chartered the Jeannie Deans and the Hamilton. 2 wonderful days. Now, was Johnny Bannerman, was he Campbell Bannerman, the same setup? So there you are. I do remember it was quite a character. So there we are. And I don't know if you've heard of that LP. It was a Cayley in Inverara Castle. Jeannie and Fast Pat, says Fianna. Yes, Falchi, Fianna. Lovely to have you with us. Kida Mili Falchi, I would say to you. Not a problem at all. Need to do a bit of sharing, guys. We're getting so involved in chit-chat that we haven't actually done any sharing. Can you all share, please, and get the word out there so that everybody knows what is what? There we are. Say something about this. Oh, all right then. So there we are. Just said something about it, and we're just letting everybody know that that we're here. That's gone out there. And I'll also share to some of the big groups. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, says ABC. How was McClue's weekend? Oh, Fianna, fantastic weekend. Busy. Always lots to do, lots of reading, Lots of reading this weekend. Sorry, Scotty, got to dash. Lovely tomato pasta with leftover mince tonight, Scotty. Au revoir, J-Dog. Have a wonderful dinner time. And don't rush it. And hopefully we'll maybe even see you back to catch us later in the day. Wonderful. Dinky-Doo. What a fine young man. Beautiful manners and everything. And he also always tells us when he's going for his dinner. So there you are. And then he comes back and joins us. I think that's tremendous. The young people love Scottie McClue. It's always been a big draw. And as I say, I remember the head of Radio 1 coming into a conference I was speaking at. Interesting. J-Dog, is a late night eater. Well, no, Fiona, I mean, 8:15, that would just be quite a time for dinner, I think. Very often people would sit down to dinner at 8. You would have, you'd turn up at 6 or 6:30 for drinks in the ante room. And then you'd pop into dinner, you know, so they have dinner. J-Dog, yes, Fiona, absolutely, welcome, welcome. I mean, a lot of people still have dinner. I don't know if he dresses for dinner with the bow tie and all that stuff. So there we are, but we can ask him. We can always ask him when he comes back. They are wonderful. Can I have lots of likes, please? And can everybody subscribe? Guys, I'm only getting 2 or 3 new subscribers a night. I need, you know, like a dozen subscribers every night. Keep subscribing. It's free. He wears nothing but a smile. Wonderful. Right, so what I'm going to do there, I'm posting that one too. Now, guys, this is going out to the big Scottie McClue page. 6,000 of you on here. So this is quite big stuff we're talking here. Sharing a page you manage. I manage a page called Scottie McClue, which is different to the one I usually broadcast on when I'm doing a Facebook Live pop-up. So there we are. And you can see you can go and like this page. 6,000 of you have done. Right, that's gone out. So that shouldn't be difficult. Posting to Scottie McClue. Pardon me, and away it goes. You can only subscribe once as an individual. You need to get the word out to new subscribers. Absolutely, but that's your job, Fiona. You need to get the word out to new subscribers as well. Everybody does. Fraser says you only have 15 viewers. Yeah, but it multiplies up. I used to get people coming out with this, Fraser, on the Facebook Live. They would say, Scottie, there's only 25 people watching. And then the next night they would see it and there'd be like 8,000 had seen it. You know, so don't worry about that. Never be fooled by just a handful of people joining us. You'll find by the end of the night, maybe 150 have seen it. That's, I think, 200. And then it goes uploaded to YouTube and people watch at their leisure. Their leisure. Did you like that? So that's what goes on there, Fraser. Never panic about that. McClue's well used to that. But I would like to see it up at 150, 1,500, 1,500. But we have to build. This is only podcast 13, going from scratch. See, so it's not bad at all. Straighten the picture or an unsubscribing. John Marshall, I'll have to just let you go then. There's nothing I can do about it. Are you sure it's the picture and it's not actually the camera? So there you are. It might be the camera. Let's check that. Scottie, what are your plans for the week? Hello, Gordon, says Kareem. So there we are. Plans for the week. Got to do quite a lot of work because I am working. I do a lot of other work for other people, other projects, and that takes a lot of time. So there you are. So I'm sort of working full time, but from home. Mingus Campbell was a Scot and a Liberal leader of the Democrats. Yes, Betty. Ming Campbell, fantastic. I remember him, a Scottish lawyer. So wonderful stuff. So John Marshall, if you're as petty as that, I'd have to let you go. But check that it's not the phone. So there you are. It might be the phone, but I shall see if the picture is on the level. Mingus Campbell is the same East Fife seat as Asquith. Yes, ABC. And also, have we checked out Joe Grimmond? So there we are. Joe Grimmond, very important. And have you checked out Joe's wife, Laura Grimmond? So there you are. Check these out as well. So is that all right for you, Fraser? Are you getting the idea now? It goes up and down. Right, I'm just going to send a wee, pardon me, a wee LinkedIn, a wee frog in the throat tonight. That will go, though. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scottie McClue. I am the First Lord of the Internet, the world's top broadcaster, and the world's most humble man. So one of the other thing, Fraser, that you have to bear in mind is that from little acorns, great oaks grow. When I took over the audience at Scott FM, there were 3,000 people listening to the radio station, and we got that up to 80,000 very quickly. So there you go. And then 200,000. Yes. So not a problem. Everybody's got to start somewhere. That's what I always say. We've got to start somewhere. Joe Grimond says ABC1, leader between 56 and 67, so 11 years, and held Orkney and Shetland between 50 to 1983. So there we are, 33 years. I remember seeing him at Glasgow Airport, big, tall, handsome chap. And I remember Mother going, there's Joe Grimond. We all swung round. In those days when you saw a politician, they weren't the kind of telly stars that they are now. Fraser's going, damn, yeah, that's right. 200K, wow, that's right. That's what the audience went to. 200K per half hour. So in theory, on a 3-hour show, right, 200K per half hour, 400K an hour, 1.2 million for a 3-hour show. And there's only 2.2 million people in the measurement area, the survey area of central Scotland. So not bad. 50% of the people of Scotland were listening at one time. And that's what happens, Fraser. So you can't go around worrying and saying, oh, there's only half a dozen people listening to you. You know, so what? That's a lot. It's a serious amount. But very, very good for the radio station. I think you will agree. Wonderful. Right, that's gone up now, guys. So I've done a bit of sharing there that we are live. And, of course, what we'll do the tweet together. Jeez, says Fraser. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Fraser's going, whoa. He's a wee bit shocked. It's a funny word. Well, it might be to you, Fraser. You know, it's not so funny to some people, you know, who may have had a wee accident. So there you go. Right. Back to YouTube on here, everybody. And I hope you'll just come and join us. You're watching Scottie McClue with the First Lord of the Internet, the world's top broadcaster. If you're an alien life form from another planet and you've never ever heard of me, then welcome, welcome. Spread the word, set your notifications, guys. Can I have more likes and subscribe? Okay, as I say, you can only subscribe one. You're quite right, Thomas. But we need to get more subscribers. That's the magic word. Just build it up and build it up. But if you look at where we were from last week, I don't know if you joined us for podcast 1, Fraser. If not, you'll see it up on YouTube there. It's been uploaded so you can watch it again on the YouTube player. No problem at all. You can have a look again. But, you know, only a tiny handful joined us. Then the word gets round and everybody comes and joins us. And we'll maybe even get the calls going. Ooh. Give McClue back his phones. Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So there we go. More likes, please, guys. Hee, says Fraser. Excellent stuff. Hee to you as well. Now, everything that starts small and grows organically is good, Fraser. Always remember that. Tremendous stuff. Now, I'm going to need a hand, everybody, because I want to get the tweet out. Now, the tweet we all do together. So there we are. I came off that other website. That was a big, big, big website. Fraser says, Scottie, I need to tell you something. Ian Quinn says, Scottie, you keep missing out messages. Let me look back, Ian Quinn. What have I missed out? Ian Quinn. Where did we get? No, I can't see anything. What have we missed out, Ian? Write the message down and I'll read it out and see who it was. Yep, I've read absolutely everything. So what's been missed? There we are. Everything, absolutely everything. Time to put telly off and tune into the wonderful Scottie McClue. Comfort break so early. Oh yes, Jerry, you know, pressure. So there we are. Yep, no, we've read everything. Thanks, Fiona. There we are. And no, I don't think so. What were you thinking of, Ian Quinn? If you write me down the one we've missed out, I'll read it out. Scotty, says Fraser. So there you are. The Archies joined us. Wonderful. I put, what was that one? Kareem, Ian Quinn, he has. I've had to copy and paste them again. Kareem, I've read them out. I'll read all of Kareem's out again. So I'm running right back to the beginning and see what we've got from Kareem. And I'll read that out. So there you are. There's Kareem. Hi, Scotty. How's you? Got result texted, no corona, so just normal cold and bad migraine. So we read that one. Scotty, there was a statue knocked over in Bristol. Aha. So there were Kareem's giving me £1. I thanked you for that. So that's good stuff. Another good evening to you, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Ian Quinn. Yes. What do we get? No, nothing missed out there. Kareem. Scotty, I don't usually get headaches or migraines as it's all new to me. Probably using the tablet more for work and that's causing it. So I read that one out, Kareem. So that's been read out. Leave Scotty Dinky-Doo from Ian Quinn. Hello again, Scotty from the Herries Road Gang, wishing you a Hallam FM. Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo Shelby from Sheffield. So we read that. Good evening, Gordon. Ian Quinn. Read that. There's Jane. Kareem, Scotty, what are your plans for the week? Hello, Gordon. I read that, Kareem. So there we are. Thanks, Fiona. Says Kareem, I read that. Read that, yes. Read that. Scotty, what are your plans for the weekend? Hello, Gordon. So read that 4 times now. Sorry, 3 times. So there we are. So everything's been... Scotty, what are your plans for the weekend? Hello, Gordon. There's 4 times. Excellent stuff. So there we are. I think we should all exchange emails, Scotty. I can coach you in attracting new subscribers, give you pointers. It's your open to strategizing to attract more subscribers. Fantastic. No, I'll work on it. I've got to learn. But thank you. Very, very kind of you. Scotty, you keep missing out messages, says Ian Quinn. Ian, we can't find anything we've missed. So where are you getting keep missing out messages? Kareem, I'll delete mine and paste them later, and you read them out when you miss it. So I've read them all out, Kareem. I read one 4 times, so maybe you've not been hearing them. Scotty, I put a horse on today because to my knowledge, I have never ever missed a message. So I wouldn't like to think I'd started. There's Fraser saying hi, 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 hi. Fraser, you need to stop doing that or I'll have to put you in time out. So I'll remove that. And I'll remove that. Remove that. So you can't do that, Fraser. We don't allow spamming. Remove that. And I'm just removing Fraser's messages. Remove that. Remove that. Right. Remove that. Fraser, you're a naughty, naughty, naughty boy. Remove that and remove that. Right. I've removed all these, Fraser, so no more spamming. Now he's done it again. I think we'll have to ban him. Shall we ban Fraser for spamming or shall we give him a warning and see if he stops it? No, I don't think he's going to stop it, actually. He's still doing it. There we go. Remove that. And one more. Remove that. Okay, so Fraser, no spamming. Okay, La. Inverary Castle Cayley is missing. Ian Quinn. Right, well, that was chaired by John Bannerman. Evening all, Dinky-Doo, says Shelley B. Evening, Shelley. Lovely to have you with us. So, Kareem, it looks like no missed out messages. I'd be very upset if I missed out a message from you. And Ian says, I keep missing out messages. Fraser, stop it, says Jerry Nicol. Absolutely. Otherwise, it's a lifetime ban, Fraser, and you'll never be back. Hi, Scotty. This is Robster Merry, Robster Dinky-Doo, and welcome. Lovely to have you with us, by the way. Evening all, Dinky-Doo. Quite right, Jerry. Fraser needs to go, says Kareem. I think so. He's on a warning, Kareem. We'll see if he behaves himself. Hi. What was the name of Third Lanark years ago? Was it not always Third Lanark? So there we go. I think it was Third Lanark. So there we are. Excellent. That was the name of Third Lanark. Was Third Lanark. Guys, you need to help with the tweet for tonight. What are we putting in the tweet? Shall I put capital letters? Scottie McClue is live now. Is live new. Shall we be a wee bit? Have a wee bit of the old mother tongue in there. Scottie McClue is live new. There we are. Right, I'm putting that out to tweet. What else shall we put? Hashtag Sunday night. There we are. Wonderful stuff. Hashtag Sunday night. Would that be all right? There we are. Lovely. Hashtag Sunday night. What else, guys? Come on, let's have more hashtags. I gave a like. Good, Robster. And have you subscribed, Robster? We need all the subscribers we can get. Thumbed up the live. Thank you, Shelley. So we've got a like there. I need about a dozen more likes. If you haven't liked the stream tonight, can you please? I need a dozen more likes right now so we don't end up at the end of the night with no likes. Or just a handful of them. And remember, watching's absolutely free. If you want to give something, you can tap the $ at the top of the super chat. So there we are. Wonderful. Hi, says Fraser. Now just one hi, Fraser. Any more highs and you have to go. All right. And it's a lifetime ban. You don't get back. So there we are. Share, says the Archie. Wonderful, Archie. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. Of course I subbed Scotty, says Robster, very indignantly. Thank you, Robster, appreciated. Take a drink of water, Scotty, yes. I need a wee drink, a wee bit dry tonight. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Kareem has given me another £1. Kareem, you're very generous. Thank you. Stop now. Kareem has tapped the $ Right, there's Fraser with 3 highs. So he goes, timeout or a ban, guys? What do we do with Fraser? Well, I'll put him in timeout right now. And, right, Fraser's in timeout. I'll take down his highs. And if he comes back, do we ban him? Right, so I'm just removing his highs. And that should be that. He's in timeout at the moment. I don't know, can you still hear if you're in timeout? Has anybody been in timeout before? So there we are. There's Harley as well. Right, Harley's going to get banned. So Harley's gone. So we'll never hear of Harley again. Right, there we are. Silly girl. Right, gone. Absolutely. There we are. Any spammers, guys, straight into. So there we are. Public warning. Thanks, the Archie. Very much appreciated. So there we are. Harley's gone. We shouldn't hear from her again. So there we are. Ban him and Harley. Yes, Harley gets banned as well, I think, Kareem. Oh, no, he's got family. Says he's got family. Who's got family? So there we are. Lifetime ban. He's gone. Absolutely. Right, I need suggestions for the... suggestions for tonight. Live the new. Join him. Yes. Right. So what else are we putting here? Fraser and Harley are pests. Is Fraser going as well? There we are. Scotty. Scotty boy, says Abby. Hello, Abby. Hi. Put him in the sin bin, says the wonderful James Hasty. Has just joined us. Hi, says Abby. Abby, watch. Don't start spamming or you'll go, you're going in timeout. So there we are. Abby's in timeout. And the spamming, of course, they're going to get the lifetime ban. So it's wonderful. What's up, says Abby? Yep, spamming. We don't allow it. Abby's jumping on the bandwagon, says Kareem. I think so, but she's just got into timeout. We'll see if she can behave herself. So there we are. I'll put it up on Super Chat once we've tweeted. Why am I coughing tonight? What's going on? There we are. Mind you, I've had a cough for 20 years and say, Xander Derek, lovely to have you with us. Hi, says Xander. Great stuff. Can I have thumbs up, please, and lots of subscriptions? If you've just joined us, subscribe. Lovely, lovely. Hello, Xander, says Kareem. So there we are. Wonderful. Send for Big Mappy, says Betty McIver. Now, guys, I don't know if you're familiar with Big Mappy. He phones Scottie McClue. More likes, please, guys. I need another 10 likes right now. So if you're sitting watching, look for the little thumb up. And you should find it by clicking on the live and give me lots of thumbs up. So there were Big Mappy was, I'll tell you, Scottie, I was getting a bit upset. The teeth were nearly going in the pocket. That's how he goes on. Scottie, does anybody know what a ToThe is? Jenny Nickel, I know what a ToThe is, and you know what, we'll put it out. Everybody, big question, do you know what a ToThe is? So there we are, fantastic. Hi, Kareem, says Xander. So there we are, everybody welcoming each other. We like it, guys. We are family on here, as the old song says. Now, what can I put here? Team McClue. Yes. There we are, Team McClue. Did you see my flower on YouTube today from the garden at McClue Towers? Wonderful stuff. I don't know what a ToThe, says Kareem. Kareem, do you not know what a ToThe is? So shall we tell him? So there we are. Just going to put a wee exclamation mark up here. I think it looks quite good. And we've got that there. I'll put, yes, wonderful. Right, got that up. I'm looking for more suggestions, please. Scottie, what do you make of 14 quarantine of landing on international flights from tomorrow? Bit late in the day, in my opinion. Why have we got international flights at all, James? Because the problem we've got on flights, you can't social distance, not to any great extent. The Birch, says Magnus Hunter. Yes. Fraser says, hi, Fraser's back. Fraser, are you going to be able to behave or do you want to go? So there you are. Is this maybe oh, he's spamming again. Right, okay, we'll ban him. Fraser, you're now heading for a lifetime ban. Goodbye. Excellent stuff. Right. Okay, he's gone. So wonderful stuff. End of Fraser. And what I'll do, I'll remove that. Remove that. Guys, remember spamming is not suitable for on here. We're not these people. We are much, much, much bigger than that. Just don't watch if you're not mature enough. So there we are. Yes, I think a bit late in the day, but also you've got cabin air circulating. And, you know, if there's coronavirus in the cabin air, is it not just going to get passed on to the rest of the passengers? Behave, Fraser, for goodness sake. He's gone, Ian. Ian, he's gone. He couldn't behave. A wee clue teacher gave you when you talk too much, a ToThe, if you're bad. So, Kareem, a ToThe. What might it be? Guys, I need 10 likes right now. So could 10 of you like, click the wee thumbs up. Very, very important because it sends a positive message. He's attention-seeking, a sad little guy. He is, Kareem, but this is not the place for sad little guys. So, I mean, if people are going to be idiots, James Hasty, what are you doing? James Hasty has just given me £4 for a hot chocolate. Lovely. With marshmallows, James. Yes, thank you, James. Very, very much appreciated. Very kind of you. So there we are. See if you have a different lifetime ban. Can you still watch the stream and you can't comment, or is it something different? Toasty Toast, I think you can watch it. I mean, I don't know, but you see, you can't comment, so we don't know if they can still watch it. But somebody told me, I think it was J-Dog, that you could still watch the stream even although you were banned. You just can't comment on it because you're immature. There's Abby out of the cooler. So if she can behave, she can stay. If not, then she follows them. Oh, so then, yes, Toasty Toast, gone. So there we are, bye-bye time. Scotty, I'm back at work Thursday 9 till 12. Kareem, we'll give you a big round of applause, but please take care. Is it compulsory that you go back to work, or is it voluntary? Come on, guys, this is our show with Scotty to air our views and subjects. Let's keep up the great chat, absolutely. What we'll do, we'll just get rid of the idiots right away if we see them spamming. Do you ever drink other than warm beverages, Mr. McClue? No tea or coffee or Ovaltine? Well, I can tell you, Shelley B, I haven't had coffee for 1982. How long is that? 38 years was the last time I had a coffee. The coffee 38 years ago. Guys, if you've just joined us, subscribe, please. Abby Rice says you should say sorry to Scotty. Quite right, Abby. Yes, good for you. Scotty, she's saying, yes, excellent. And she will say sorry. Abby would like to apologize, guys, for her behavior. Yes, let's get chatting. Spending too much time on the Dafties. Absolutely okay. The Dafties go, but we vote if the Dafties go. Guys, I'm needing hashtags for tonight's tweet. What picture would you like on tonight's tweet? So there we are. I'll put that up there. And we'll see what's happening. Wonderful picture on tonight's tweet. Let's get going, big style. We've got lots to talk about. If you've just joined us, everybody, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. We're live streaming live on YouTube. Just for you, Dinky-Doo. We do it every night, 8 o'clock sharp, through until 10 o'clock during lockdown, and you can dip in and out. But sample and stay. Don't watch just a little bit and then push off. Come and join us because it is a 2-hour experience and you'll have a lovely, lovely time. Beautiful, beautiful people on here. Very, very clever, interesting, chatty people. That's what we like. And we've got Super Chat with us. So tell everybody, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. And can everybody like the stream, please? Xander Derrick, he mentions a proprietary place. A restaurant's just opened down the road from me, caused one of the worst traffic jams. Normally takes me 10 minutes to get petrol. I was out for 45 minutes. Xander, I'll take it out because we've mentioned a company, a major company, but that's fine, no problem at all. What do you think of the Hokey Pokey? Says Abby, I think it's the Hokey Cokey. Yes, that's it, it's a dance. Here, says Betty. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us, Betty. We shall not waste time on the Dafties. Although it's good that the young people are joining us, but they need to learn how to behave. Very important. So there we are. Now, what have I got here? I'm going to put a Scotty photo into the tweet, but I'm just wondering what to put. I've got so many here. There we are. There's hands across the sea. Right, what would you like here? I'll do that one. That's a favorite. Everybody loves that one. Okay, so now we've got a picture for it, but I need to have a break. Wonderful. Guys, it seems like 2 minutes we've been on. It's 45 minutes. Stop. So there we are. What else for the tweet, please? Come on. I need other stuff for the tweet. What else can we put on the tweet? We cough tonight. There we are. Lovely. What I'm doing is just finding stuff for the tweet, and you can join in as well. Right, that's that one. I'll just get this sorted and then we are laughing. So there we go. And you can tell us what you want to be putting down. Wonderful. Right. That's quite good. How are we getting on? Anything else for the treat, please, before I send it out? Xander says, apologies, I'll not do that going forward. Not at all, Xander. You weren't to know, and I just have no problem with you at all. It's what we do. We see these things all the time. So there we are. Right. There's a guy. I'll remove that. Wonderful stuff. Somebody acting the idiot. Scotty, the queues to fast food places are mental. You'd think that people have no food. Our supermarkets are closed. Crazy. Kareem, are the supermarkets not closing a wee bit earlier? No, are they open full time? McBrain's toast, Scotty, that wonderful smell. Stop, Ian Quinn, in the King George Dining Saloon. Or the Loch Fyne. Now, my father used to comment on McBrain's toast, and he said, the trick was they put it in. They had a red-hot toaster and put it in quick. So it must have been a grill, a red-hot grill, and they must have just shoved the bread under, pulled it out, flipped it over, shoved it back in, and then put it on the toast rack with beautiful little curls of butter, a wee bit of water on them. Protests with no social distancing, says Betty. Toasted Toast, how's Mrs. McClue? Can you say hi? I can indeed. Who's acting the idiot, Scotty? Abby, it's people coming on here acting the idiot. It's ridiculous. So there we are. Spill the beans, I've spilled. Most supermarkets are open to 10 now, but I'd say space out the day so you don't have to wait. Hey, Scotty. Hey, YouTube. Lovely to have you with us in Dinky-Doo. Guys, I'll also ban you if your cover name is a bit ridiculous. Okay, so there you are. So wonderful stuff. We don't mind a wee laugh, but if your cover name is rude or offensive or ridiculous, then lifetime ban immediately. All right. We've attracted one or two idiots tonight, and you always get that, though, if you are public. I think we can't have everybody as highly intelligent, but up until tonight, there was not one single idiot on this live stream. Tremendous. Right, I need more, you need to tell me, I need more names for here. Right, I'll just put, there we are, and there we are, and lovely. Oh, put that one in there. Lovely. And one more. Right. That looks like kind of it for the tweet. Anything else needed for the tweet? Everybody quite happy that we go now? There we are. Wonderful. And I'll put RT. Does RT still signify retweet for people to retweet things? Right. I'm going to tweet now, and I'll keep you up to date with the numbers that join us. People have multiple personalities on the internet. Yes, absolutely, YouTube, but I would change because you could get into a lot of bother for calling yourself that, so I would change that. Toasted Toast, me too. Excellent idea, Xander. I support that, says Ian Quinn. When this is more popular, Scotty, I'd be happy to moderate the chat for you. Thank you, Xander. Very much appreciated. Liking the beard, Scotty. Thank you very much. So there we are. It's all right to have multiple personalities on the internet, but that doesn't mean that people can be idiots. It amazes me the amount of sad, pathetic, lonely, and attention-seeking trolls that are out there. Let's give them a wee hug and a clap. Very good, Kareem. Who has another personality? How? I don't know, Abby. You'd have to talk to the YouTube guy that's calling himself that, but he's going to get in bother for that. So he'd be better changing this title. Absolutely. So, Abby, you might find you've got another personality. So there we are. Don't talk about yourself like that, Kareem, says Abby. Abby, don't be cheeky to Kareem. We don't allow cheek. Don't have cheeky people on. If you're not enjoying this, then you go, right? You don't have to watch. Not a problem at all. You're quite right, Kareem. Don't listen to any of that nonsense. So there we are. Because we've had a very, very good run on here of Idiot Proof. There were a few dafties at the start, but I did a lot of late night stuff and they weren't around. So there we are. Sorry, says Abby. Good. Quite outright, Abby. You've got to get the old rules of the game, if you like. There are no strict rules, but we don't mention second names. We don't mention businesses. We don't talk much about football and religion. So there we are. Apology accepted, Abby, says Kareem is a very nice man. Hey, no cheat to Kareem. He's got horrors on here. I'm dafty. I'm a dafty. I get told that a lot, says Toasty Toast. No, Toasty Toast. You're actually not a dafty. You did the right thing. You decided to go legit on here and think, no, that's good. I like this. So there we are. We don't mind. I want you to tell me how many people have seen the tweet, bearing in mind it's only been up a few seconds. Xander says, I don't mean to be negative, but the more viewers you get, the more idiots that will come on. It's an unfortunate cause and effect. Pendulum swings both ways. Well, Xander, I think we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it, you know? But I don't want to drive away the very clever people. Ian Quinn says, come on, guys, you're wasting Scotty's time. We want Scotty. If you don't, or you're mucking about, time to go. Quite right, Ian, good man. The internet is a bit of an asylum. All these personalities, says user of the unknown. Agreed, Ian, agreed, says Kareem. Absolutely. They will go. Right, I need you to tell me how many people have seen the tweet, right? Bearing in mind, it's only been up a few seconds. That will show the doubting Thomases the power of this live stream on YouTube just for you, Dinky-Doo. If you've just joined us, folks, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. We're live streaming on YouTube just for you, saying Dinky-Doo, and we're only on till 10 o'clock. More likes, please. I need 10 more likes. Well done, says Abby Rice. Ian, yes, quite right. Quite good for you, Abby. You're getting the measure of it. So there we are. Abby would like to say well done to Ian. I'm enjoying myself, says Toasty Toast, eating and we can't mention that. So there we are. So you're eating fast food, Toasted Toast. That's what that would be. You're enjoying yourself eating fast food. So there we are. Xander, we can't mention the products, but wonderful. Right, there we are. But you will get the hang of that. Do not fash yourself. Can I tell you that since we tweeted about 30, 40 seconds ago, I did it again, I know, but you didn't mean to, we have had almost 250 have seen the tweet. Does that not tell you something? There we are. So that's that. Wonderful, wonderful. I can't stop. Says somebody. It's wonderful. You did it again. You did, Xander. Yes, you did it again. Guys, if you just joined us, you're watching Scottie McClue. We're live streaming live on YouTube just for you, saying Dinky-Doo. Remember, there are over 700 videos. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel because we need subscribers. We're new. We've only been up for, this is podcast number 13. And then they're uploaded to YouTube. I played with your heart and I lost it again. Abby, yes. So there we are, did it again. Do we need to say fast food for copyright reasons? Well, Toasted Toast, yes, because we don't mention big companies. Simple as that. We don't mention companies. So it all helps. So there you are. Wonderful, Abby. Now, let me just see what's happening here again. 280 have seen the tweet. So I think we can happily leave that 285. It's just gone up to, is that not absolutely amazing? I love it. Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. Toasted toast, yeah, dum-dum. So there we are. Don't be cheeky, Abby. So there we are, Shelley B. Abby. So there we are, Shelley. We'll keep the idiots in order. Now, Ian Quinn, we haven't had anything to do with steamships tonight, and people will be getting withdrawal symptoms. So we need to know what's going on. Did you find out if it was the Eagle 3 that Jimmy Dow chartered to to take the Sunday school children down the water, and they had to find some stuff to burn in the boiler as they were coming back? They had to break up some wood. I believe they just made it back. The local coalman had donated the coal for the Sunday school picnic for the steamer. Oh, that's gorgeous. Do you know what I can't believe? We've been on almost 1 hour, halfway through the show, and we've barely scratched the surface. There's not a potty emptied, or a wane washed, or a dish done. What have we got here? Oh, yes. Wonderful. What we're doing here, guys, is just sending a message out to all the YouTube people that we're on, and I'm doing it on YouTube itself. So you should see this come up, and then you're going to think to yourself, aha, right? So there we are. I've just sent that out, just shared that. If everybody can share, can everybody share right now? A massive share. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't liked, please like. I need another half dozen likes. Ian was spot on, says James Hasty. Delicate time being wasted. Ask Scotty something. Toasted Toast says, oh no, not funny, Toasted Toast. So there we go. Scotty, did you see the documentary on Cliff Richard last night? I didn't, Betty. Betty, no, I didn't actually. Tonight's show's been like a nursery with some folk. Yes, Kareem, but I mean, we have to train new people for joining us. Do you know what I mean? We don't want them to think, oh, well, I'll never be able to join that stream. It's too sensible for me, you know? People have shared photos on particular groups on Facebook, queuing for hours, just so fast food, taking pictures of drive-thrus, not saying any companies. People are mad. Absolutely, people are mad. Abby says, I'm a savage, classy... I don't know what you're on about, Abby, so there you are. Strange setup. Yes. What a strange way to go on, actually. There we are. Well, maybe remove that. We're right. Leave it just now. Okay. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, guys. Very, very important. Let everybody know. I'll share with some of the big groups just to let them know what's happening. And if you can all do the same, that would be just outstanding. Eagle 3. Yes. 1910 Scottish has survived until 1939. Although at Dunkirk and war duties, she never sailed on the Clyde again. Jimmy Dow charter, pre-war. That would be right, because Jimmy was around for a long time. I think Jimmy Dow was... When was he born? Could he have been born in 1909? Have I got that right? Is that possible? Xander says, Abby, you're a strange one. What's your game? Yeah, let's have your game, Abby, because you see, we don't play games on here. Do you think the protesters were right to pull down the statue of the wealthy businessman in Bristol who made his wealth on the back of the slave trade? Well, Anthony, if you were to do that, you would pull down virtually every city and every country house and every statue in the UK, right? Because if you look back at the history of all of it, then slavery has featured very, very big in it. Glasgow, for instance, controlled the whole tobacco industry. Right? So Glasgow, if you go into the city centre to the Stirling Library and things like that. These were tobacco barons' houses round about there in the merchant city. Very, very grand, because the equivalent, what would now have been the equivalent of billions of pounds, were flowing into Glasgow on the back of the tobacco trade. Now, Britain controlled America then, and the tobacco trade was all slaves picking tobacco down in Virginia, hence Virginia tobacco, you see. So you would need to knock down Glasgow. It was built off the back of the slave trade. You would need to knock down Liverpool. You would need to knock down most of Manchester. You would need to knock down most of Bristol. All built off the back of the slave trade. Tobacco, sugar, and cotton. You'd need to knock down Greenock. So there we are. So I think you've got to be sensible that the past is the past. I posted a picture of my dear father out in India, and a guy came on and said, if he was part of the army of occupation, I would not be broadcasting it. I said, this young man was very, very, very courageous. He was 24 years of age. He was out doing guard duty because India was about to gain her independence. And he was with Mountbatten. So there we are. It's more despicable that the history of merchants in cities hasn't been part of school taught in history. School taught history. Absolutely, Shelley B. So there we are. Tobacco, sugar, and cotton. I repeat my last deleted comment, says Joe Exotic. What was your last deleted comment? We don't understand. The Williamson steamers, pre-war, did a 10-day charter for underprivileged children to Lochgoilhead, sponsored by the Lord Provost. That wonderful Ian Quinn. So you could charter a Clyde steamer. Toasty Toast says, Scotty, have you ever watched Still Game before? Yes. Of course I have. I wouldn't have minded a wee part in that. Whoa, Joe, exotic, says Abby. How are you accessing YouTube from prison, says Abby. Mate Abby with you on it. Is still frowned upon for gay couples kissing in public. Is it? Do you frown upon it, Joe? So there we are. Don't know what Abby's at tonight. I'm just watching her a bit. What do you think about renaming streets also in America? So many places named after Scottish places or plantation owners. Well, I was brought up in Greenock, and you had Tobago Street, Jamaica Street. What else did we have? Antigua Street. So a lot of places called after the West Indies there. You know, absolutely. Have you grown up and changed your mind about that, says Joe. What's he talking about? I think Port Dundas was named after Scots slave trade businessman called Dundas, Lord Dundas. Well, the first steamship in 1802 on the Forth and Clyde Canal with a steam engine, not long after Watt had invented the steam engine, was called the Charlotte Dundas. And Charlotte was the daughter of Lord Dundas of Port Dundas. So there you are. Joe Exotic, join the party. Welcome, welcome, we say. Aberdeen, Washington, yes, absolutely. All slave trade. Joe is a troll, says Shelley B. Well, let's get rid of Joe then. There we are. Where is Joe? Hold on. Kareem. Scotty, removed someone and they made a new account as Joe Exotic. Yeah, we shouldn't. This doing accounts. Costerdale Greenock, says Abby. Absolutely, Joe. So, Joe, what we'll do with Joe, we'll just give him a lifetime ban. He's gone. Ta-ra, Joe. And fantastic. Right, Glasgow, Montana. Yes, Butte, Montana. There we are. Joe is a troll, Shelley. He's gone. J-Dog is back with us. J-Dog. Lovely to have you with us. Guys, I'm neglecting you. We need to be sharing big style. So there we are. Share, share, share. Share to a group. And what group can I share in? Let's get sharing. Group name. Wonderful. Right. There we are. That's gone. Fantastic. Excellent. And people can come and join us, of course. No, Joe isn't a troll, you liar. Abby, we don't allow the word liar. Abby's going in timeout. Using the word liar. These young people don't have it yet that we are a lovely family on here. They're fighting. Do you see what I mean? They don't understand how the internet really works. A very good evening to you, Scotty, says the wonderful David Taylor. Now, David, I don't know if you saw, I did a special pop-up at lunchtime on Friday, a surprise pop-up, not numbered in the podcast, but I dedicated it to you because you'd asked me to do one during the day. So that's for you, so you can see that one. Scottie McClue's surprise pop-up. It's a multi-account indeed, says Shelley. Abby says he's a god. Bye-bye, Joe, says the wonderful David Taylor. What a relief. Hi, Scotty. What have I missed? Have the numpties been on yet? Oh, numpties. Don't start me, what relief. Thank goodness you're on. Did anybody ask me anything while I was gone, Scotty? Well, J-Dog, you know, I don't think they did, but people do comment on what a top man you are, and we like that. So there you are. Abby, 2 timeouts. Come on, Scotty. Abby needs to go. Good one, Kareem. If she comes back, we'll... don't put me on timeout, says Abby. I think we'll give her a lifetime ban then. She doesn't want to go in timeout, so I think ban. I mean, calling somebody a liar, that's bad news, isn't it? Right, there's Abby. We will ban her. Kareem, that's bully. No, Abby, stop. You're totally in the wrong stream, Abby. All right? There we are. She's gone. So there we are. Don't understand. They don't fight. So there we are. Yeah. But Abby, what you were doing was fighting us. We are old friends on here. We don't do all that rubbish. This is totally different to anything else on the internet. This is Scottie McClue's YouTube stream. Totally different. More likes, please, Guy. I need 10 likes. Let me sit for a minute till we get some. Can everybody who hasn't subscribed or liked, please like now? So there we are. So I need you to like the stream. I'll sit with us just for a wee minute. Very important. If we can have another half dozen of you liking the stream. If you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. All right? Very important. You'll see the little thumbs up. If you click where it says live now, and you'll get the full picture and you can like that there. So if everybody can do that, another few likes would be absolutely outstandingly fabulous. Like. Thank you very much. There we are. Come on, another 2 or 3 likes, please. Look for it. Looking. Where is the like? Where is the like thing? And if you can all do that, that would be tremendous. I'll settle for a couple more likes, and then we can move on. Come on, because time is tight. We've only got an hour. There we are. Tremendous stuff. So there we are. Come on, guys. Let's settle down, says the wonderful Ian Quinn. Thank you, Ian, for your moderation. Everything in moderation. We like that. Anthony says, take your point. Glasgow, like other cities, needs to be ashamed of the slave trade, and we need to learn the lessons. What do you think about changing the street names connected with slavery? Well, you see, there's a lot to discuss here, Anthony. No, we don't need to be ashamed because we did not do it. So Glasgow doesn't need to be ashamed. Bristol doesn't need to be ashamed. I mean, Bristol was massive in the tobacco industry as well. You know, one of the most famous, I won't mention the name, obviously, but one of the most famous tobacco companies was based in Bristol. Another was based in Nottingham. So no, we didn't do it. I mean, if everybody was apologising for their history, can you imagine the apologising that would go on for Australia? Could you imagine the apologising that would go on for the North American native Indian peoples, for the Aboriginal peoples, for the people of Africa and India? So you've got to say that was how it was at the time. We can't change it. You can't change history. You can be a historical revisionist, but you can't change history. So all we need to say is, a massive apology en masse to people who suffered. But the slaves weren't all the slaves of the plantations. The indigenous population in Britain were slaves and treated as slaves. Not quite so bad as on the plantations, but you still have slavery existent. It's extant within the world's peoples. There's modern day slavery. So there you are, to varying degrees. And when slavery was abolished, the 1809 Act, is that right? And the Emancipation of the Slaves, 1829, is that right? I would need to just check that I've got the exact dates right. Glasgow in Kentucky, absolutely, yes. David Taylor says, in your wrong stream if you're coming out with nonsense. Absolutely, David Taylor. We're all chums on here. We don't do that fighting. Hi, how are you all, says NM. NM, welcome, I say. Hello, Scotty and Everyday. Apologies for lateness. I fell asleep after my dinner. Gordon Robertson, that is allowed. Guys, can we have massive sharing, please? And another half dozen of these. But massive sharing. And guys, don't just join us for a short time. Come and join us and learn the ropes. Learn the ropes before commenting. There we are. I think all street names or statues should be updated with the real history on plaques. If they indicate buildings of significance, they can do it with street names. Now, you see, it's Oxford University that has a Rhodes Scholar. And Rhodes College, is that right? And there was talk of should they pull down the statue of Rhodes because he had exploited the indigenous population out in Rhodesia. Rhodesia called after Rhodes. So a whole country called after one person. So there you are. And that was kind of how it was done, high Victorian values. But don't think that the indigenous Victorian population had it easy in this country, because they didn't. They weren't tortured the same way as the slaves. But if you read the history of the mining industry, the history of the steel industry, ooh, you'll get your eyes opened. But also, the big country houses are very, very beautiful. And if we pull them all down, you've lost the family silver. So there you are. Yes, of course they were slavers. Anthony, I'm obviously appalled by slavery, but at the same time anxious of denying or attempting to rewrite the past. It should be acknowledged. Good comment. Scotty, do you think America will ever change their attitudes towards guns, race, gender, sexuality? It's a different world and scary. It's not a good world, that at all. I was thinking this afternoon, why don't they just give up their guns? And the cops have got serious attitude. I saw one was a guy in a wheelchair, couldn't put his hands up, and the cops shot him. Although I believe it was old news. Sometimes you get that on the internet. Just watch your sources. But this was the video. And also a little boy arrested, something to do with a dangerous dog, and a great big cop, with bristling with guns and stuff like that. And they do start shouting at motorists if they don't do what they're told, a bit heavy, a touch of the Wild West. What criteria qualifies your admittance to the poorhouse, Scotty? So there you are, to the poorhouse. You would have to be poor. We don't really have the poorhouse now. That might be part of the problem in society, although the workhouses. So they were made to work, but the poorhouse was the workhouse. And then for people who had mental problems, you had these great big Victorian asylums. The thing is about educating, they need to incorporate real history of each city into the schooling in the UK. As a rule, first, history lesson learned. Well, Shelley, round about you in South Yorkshire, you will have huge big country houses that belong to steel magnates and engineering magnates and iron and steel magnates, copper magnates, all that sort of stuff. But as my father used to say, you can only wear one suit. And somebody said he's got 6 bathrooms in his house. He said, well, he's only got one, and all the rest of it, you can't really sit on 6 pants at the one time. Bye-bye. Have fun watching Scotty stream. Toasted toast. We thank you. Tarala. Take care of yourself. Hi, Gordon. I got results back, so no corona, but it's a cold, headaches, a restful day. How are you? Says Kareem. He's filling Gordon in on the stuff. Scotland was the first country in the world to outlaw slavery. Yes, indeed. Gordon Robertson. And then we had, who were the big ones? Elizabeth Fry of the Fry's chocolate family, the Cadburys. So they were all looking after, they were, what's the term when you have, they were, it'll come back to me. Anyway, not to worry, that'll pop back in my head. But, they were wonderful, wonderful people. Then you had Lord Shaftesbury. So there you are. He was very big as well in it, Shaftesbury. Fine, Kareem, thanks. Glad you failed your test. There we are, no COVID. Donald Trump needs a psychological evaluation after what he said about George Floyd. Looking down with joy. That was a massive, massive error of judgment. I'm just wondering if Donald Trump's not listening to his advisors. Were you ever a train spotter, Scotty? Just in the very early days watching Leaf, I didn't go and take the number of diesels sitting at Waverley Station or anything like that. Say the 614 was in. But I loved things like the steam engines. I sometimes used to write down, because we lived right back to back with the steam engine. And in the summer, we had a wee French window, and if it was open, then everything, the whole house shook as the steam train fired up, because steam trains, when they're leaving, go chuff, 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 chuff. Did you like what I just did there? To get the wheels starting, to get some forward movement, and everything shook. Dinky-Doo, apologise for my late appearance, says Scott. Not at all, Scott. You're here now, and welcome. We love having you here. A very fair point, Sander Derek. So what was that one? Yes, absolutely, got you. David Taylor, I saw a video of police attacking someone. It was labelled being in America, but it was very clearly elsewhere. Some videos are being put out to encourage violence, in my opinion. David Taylor, we love your opinion. So yes. Guys, more likes, please, and let's get sharing. We need to share big style. So I'm just going to share again. If you can all do the same, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McClue, that we are live big style on YouTube just for you. Come and join us, 8 o'clock every night through until 10. And as I say, I'll stop doing it when you guys have had enough. I can take a telling, not a problem. Right, who are we sharing with this time? Who would like to say who we're sharing with this time? Excellent. There we go. That's that one. Right. I'm sharing in groups at the moment. So, think of any groups. Scott, I get let off with being late myself, so you'll maybe get away with it too. Yes, everybody gets away with it on here, guys. Remember, there are no punishments or sanctions for being late to McClue, because you've already been punished enough by missing part of the show. So that's it. Scotty, recent polls put Scottish independence at 52%. Can the tables be turning? Oh, Karim, the tables are turning big style. You're not honestly saying that the Scots, who are absolutely solid with common sense, are impressed by what's coming out the big hoose at the moment. Come on. And there was a guy, in fact, we got an announcement from a Labour guy. I retweeted about it, and he said, that just for clarity, that they would not, wee hair of my moustache there. Just for clarity, he was saying that, Labour would not be backing independence or a second referendum. And I thought, well, is that you saying for clarity that, you're quite happy to remain in the political wilderness in Scotland for the rest of your puff? Because I would say, there's absolutely no doubt that there was a betrayal of their roots in 2014. It was shocking. And are you telling me that Keir Hardie and John McLean Keir Hardie, who else have we got in that lot? Stacks of them. Manny Shinwell. So there we are. Are you saying that he would be all of the Clydesiders, Jimmy Maxton, even Ramsay MacDonald himself, all these people, John Smith? It'd be interesting to see what John Smith would have made of all that today. The greatest Prime Minister we never had. So there we are. There was a China pottery producer that made a symbol and coin for those who were anti-slavery. Yes, I'm sure we brought out a range of pound coins about the slave trade. Scotty, Trump isn't listening to anyone. No, that's quite apparent, and that's very, very foolish if you are a so-called leader. Because the best leaders are people that do what they're asked, not do what they're told, but do what they're asked. Say, right, we'll get on with that. And these appointments, like the Prime Minister of the UK, President of the United States, these are serious appointments for serious people. You know what I mean? Whenever I watch Donald Trump, it's like the Trump show. It's all about him. He never admits any mistakes. I can't believe he couldn't show one bit of empathy to the family of George Floyd. Fair enough. Scotty, that was a great impersonation of a steam train. Would you do an impersonation of an aeroplane for us all, please? Well, Gordon Robertson, you'll have to tell me what kind of aeroplane we're talking about. Are we a sop with pup? Are we a sop with camel? Are we an Avro Lancaster? Are we a Spitfire? If we're a Spitfire, do we have a Merlin in us or a Griffin? If we're a Sunderland flying boat, do we have Pratt and Whitneys in us? You see? And then I can do you an impersonation. Are we a jet? Are we a Gloucester Whittle? That sort of stuff. Are we an ME 109? Are we a Stuka? Then perhaps an impersonation of a fridge. Well, my fridge, an impersonation of my fridge would be this one. What a relief for Spot to wee steam memory. Cameron of Lochiel, the Loch Long, MacLeod of MacLeod, the Macallan Moor, Great Marquess, the Lord of the Isles, K1, West Highlands steam locomotives. Yes. What about the other ones? What about the Jimmy Shand? The Sir Jimmy Shand, is it? There we are. Scotty, I was late as well. I'd better things to do, like taking the dugout. Water relief, we never mind that. The dog comes first. So, you didn't expect that, did you? You expected a wee lecture there. Just back from walking the dogs, says Jerry Nichol. Jerry, what have I just said at this minute? How much of a coincidence is that? We must be septic. The dog comes first. Fantastic. Scotty, I'm worried if they can't get rid of Cummings and don't listen, what's to stop them closing our Scottish Parliament? The fact that I think they'd end up getting voted out, from that point of view, or just left, from that point of view. Alexandra says, hello. Hello, Alexandra. Lovely to have you back. And Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue. Right, I'm just going to have to do some sharing, guys. Can you all do the same? I need another, half dozen likes, please. And we need to tell 10 that we are live right now. So I'll put it up here, if I may. Scottie McClue live now. Scottie McClue live new. Join us. Wonderful. There we are. Join us. Fantastic. Wonderful. If you just joined us, a very, very warm welcome to you. If you're wondering what on earth you're watching, it's Scottie McClue, the first lord of the internet, the one-stop broadcaster. This is the big one. We're here all the time, 8 o'clock at night till 10. That's British summertime. That's 3 o'clock EDT, daylight time, Eastern Daylight Time. And I think away 1 in the morning, Pacific time. Gordon Robertson says, I've got a hamster, but I don't take her out until you're off at 10 p.m. I think Jerry Nichols should take the dog before 8 p.m. and after 10 p.m. Well, Gordon Robertson, I didn't like to say because, you know, as you know, and both you and I will be dog lovers, and the dog comes first. But, you know, I think it's very interesting. Guys, if you look at my beard, does it look a wee bit ginger to you? Sort of blondie ginger, blondie grey. Is it salt and pepper? That's what I'm seeing, and I just wanted to check. Scottie, what happened to the Mons Meg? I'm sure that was a diesel engine. What a relief. Mons Meg is the cannon, the great big cannon at Edinburgh Castle. For goodness sake. Strawberry blonde, says you, sir. Thank you. I'm strawberry blonde. Not bad. It's interesting because I have grey hair and my beard has come in light. So there we are. So I'm wondering if my beard had a different father. Yes, ginger, Scottie. Yes, I thought it looks a bit ginger, doesn't it? Does the background look a bit yellowy, Kareem? And am I too close, guys? Would you prefer me back like this, talking like that? You know, do say, because this is your stream and I want to get it right. Fantastic. Right, what I'm doing is I'll just put Scottie McClue live new. Let everybody know. And if you can all do the same, guys, I need another half dozen likes. If you take your phone with you, you can listen to Scottie. I found out last week, this is Betty McIver. What, are you putting it on 4G, Betty, and walking the dog and watching the stream? Right, Betty has made a very, very interesting observation. No more excuses. Unless the dog, is allergic to Scottie McClue, take your phone with you and watch when you're out with the dog. He'll enjoy the distraction. Just a thought. So there's never any need to miss a moment of McClue. You miss a moment of McClue, you miss a moment of life. No, Scottie, closer makes it more personal if you're further back's like an interview. Formal. Kareem Zachariah, thank you. I'll take your word for that. Appreciated. And did you get all your comments read out earlier? I read one out 4 times. Gordon, I had my dog out earlier and found a wee bird injured. I rescued the wee thing, but it passed away. I did the service myself together. I'm so upset. Jerry, we understand. We send love to your wee bird. So there you are. Excellent, and thank you for that. They are beautiful. I get joined in the morning by wee robins. They come and say hello to me. Wee young one, tiny wee thing. Very, very interesting. And I'm not sure if I told you, but with a squirrel and it got in the house. Stop. I've joined you from the car, the shops, the botanic gardens, and even the bathroom. Gordon Robertson, too much information, but your dedication is worthy of a citation. So there you are. Tremendous stuff. Right, we're sharing. Here we go. Right, this is a big one. I'm going to share to a YouTube group. Let them know what's going on here. Wonderful. Right, there it is. Paste that and say Scottie McClue is live now. I should actually have added that, shouldn't I? Scottie McClue. See, the wizard of the big switchboard should be doing this. Is live the new. I think we'll put that rather than just new. New's a bit sudden, isn't it? New's like new. There we are. Scottie McClue is live the new. Fantastic. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. We're live streaming live on YouTube, as you will have guessed. We're here from 8 o'clock sharp till 10 o'clock sharp, British summertime, all the time, every night, during lockdown, until people get fed up. Kareem says, the comments are good, Scottie. Thank you. Not at all, Kareem. Thank you. Scottie, I was out watering the grass there with McClue blasting out in the phone. James Hasty, I thank you. And thank you, James, for your generosity tonight, for tapping the $sign. And thank you to Kareem for tapping the $sign twice. There we are. Generous man. Last week, I found a seagull injured at the motorway. I took it to the vet hospital. It was so focused, and they put it down. I was angry and upset. I found a seagull injured that had been attacked by crows. Water Relief, Scotty's had over 30 years of fame. Absolutely, Water Relief. This is not to prove my fame. This is so that we've got a go-to place during lockdown for a right good chit-chat. That's what this is all about. If it works, we may even continue it beyond lockdown. And I can't see lockdown lasting more than 10 years. Jimmy Shand was a Class 37 diesel. Jimmy Shand was A1 though. What a lovely, lovely strict tempo band. Ian Quinn, do you know that Jimmy Shand, I got corrected. He didn't make it to number 1. I think he made it to, was it number 10? I got told, in the charts. But he was the highest selling artist ever and outsold the Beatles and Elvis Presley. There you are. Bigger than Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Jimmy Shand. Because everybody bought Jimmy Shand records, you know, the dancing. Every school. We learned to dance Scottish country dancing to Jimmy Shand. Tremendous. Scottie, have you ever walked from Glasgow to Fort William? Not recently, Water Relief. Why? What have I missed? Are you talking about the West Highland Way? I have been to Fort William, I can tell you that. Much maligned music, Scottish dance band music, what a shame. Well, no, it's only because you get people that are going, it's all the same. And of course, it's totally different. You've got a slow air, you've got a march, you've got a strathspey, you've got a reel, you know, you've got waltz, old-time waltz, a lady's excuse me, the St. Bernard's Waltz. And I mean, these are beautiful dances, and dancing to a band like Jimmy Shand. Fantastic. Other great people, who did we have? Jim Johnston, his band. Jim McLeod, loved Jim Johnston, nice man. Knew so many of them, fantastic. Simon Howie, the butcher, wonderful player. I've got most of the stuff there, guys. I could announce it to you. My grandparents on mum's side were from Glenfinnan, which I think's near Fort William, says Sander. Well, Glenfinnan was where Bonnie Prince Charlie raised his standard. Glenfinnan, and you've got the Glenfinnan Viaduct, a wonderful piece of Victorian engineering, which you can still see. Is that right, Ian Quinn? If you were going to Mallaig, would that be right? My grandparents, yes, sorry, I've just read that. I love the Scottish dance bands, says Gordon Robertson. I also like the Scottish Fiddle Orchestra and the Fiddlers' Rally. Well, my father, you see, played with the Scottish Fiddle Orchestra, and he also played with the Bearsden Fiddlers, and I think they'd started off as the Maryhill Highlanders. So, you know, a lot of stuff there. And I used to attend a lot of the rallies. I've emceed some of the Fiddlers' rallies. So there you are. But the big MC was the Reverend James Curry, Jimmy Curry from, was it St. James Church in Pollock? And then Dunlop, latterly Jimmy was at. He was originally from Arran, from his farm called Drumadoon. Magic Gordon, you're spot on. Gordon's always spot on. We just don't tell him. It's funnier not to tell him. Have you seen the film Amazing Grace, the story of the slave trade? William Wilberforce, that's your man, who abolished slavery in Parliament. He was a religious man as well as a politician. A great film. Absolutely, Anthony Mack. Yes, indeed. Scotty, have you ever been on the fiddle? No, I don't play. But what I can tell you, Gordon Robertson, is that it is the original instrument of Scotland. So there you are, the original instrument of Scotland, not the bagpipe. The bagpipe was originally the Irish war pipe. And the bagpipe even goes back to a single bag, a pig bladder or a sheep's bladder, and a single pipe for calling in the flock. There we are. But I had a great uncle who was a bagpipe maker. Wonderful. Do they still do poo-roots at weddings, Scotty? I'm needing milk. Are you that bad, Sal? What relief? You should maybe go. You should phone the dole and see if you're entitled to anything there. So a poo-root at a wedding, but you need to be quick. The youngsters are very quick, as soon as the pennies fall. I love accordion music, remembering the wonderful Linda, Betty McIver, our fabulous Linda. Sunday night, Scottie McClue's phone in on Nation Radio. That was only a few months ago. Be nice if it came back. You have an encyclopedic knowledge of your homeland. It's very impressive, says Xander Derrick. Xander Derrick, I have got wonderful people on here as well. Gordon Robertson, Ian Quinn, Betty McIver, they're all stuffed full of wisdom. Wonderful. If forgotten the surname of Robbie, they introduced to take the floor on the wireless, says Gordon Robertson. No, we must never forget the surname of Robbie. So they're Robbie Shepherd. Robbie Shepherd. I've met Robbie. I've worked with Robbie at Grampian Television in Aberdeen. He joined us for the New Year's show, the Hogmanay show, I should say, along with Bill McHugh, Andy Stewart, all these wonderful names. So they are June Emery. They were Robbie Shepherd. Fantastic. He used to do, there was another one he did as well. There was Take the Floor on a Saturday night. Wonderful. And then he did Shepherd's Fancy. That was what it was called. I'm pretty sure there was one called Shepherd's Fancy. And you'll see there's a lovely video of Robbie Shepherd introducing Jimmy Shand at a dance at the Village Hall in Letham in Fife. What about that? The Real Blend, that was another one. Yes, The Real Blend, Shepherd's Fancy. I'm sure there was Shepherd's Fancy. And Tack the Floor on a Saturday night. Kate Dalrymple. Now, that was a kind of spin-off. When I was wee, the Scottish Home Service. My glass is full, so I can't do the impersonation, This is the BBC Home Service. Can't do it, actually. But the Scottish Home Service, and Jimmy Shand was very big on that. And it started with Scottish dance music. Kate Dalrymple was the theme tune. There we are. And the only people I've heard singing Kate Dalrymple properly was the Corries. Corries are wonderful. They brought back so many wonderful things. I'm going to have to shoot a little early tonight. I'm shattered. Catch you tomorrow, Scotty. Good night, all. Good night, all. Xander. Mwah. Take great care of your dear self. Stay fabulous and sleep well. We all say to you, we send our good wishes. So there we are. We've got 20 minutes left, folks. There's never enough time to cover everything on here. Let's have a share and let's have more likes. A wee bit slow with the likes. Here's the wonderful Glenn Peacock. Keep up the good work, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Glenn, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. I need more subscribers. Guys, have you all subscribed? Yes, and don't do. This is different to anything you'll find on the internet. This is better than anything you'll get on television or radio. To my knowledge, there are no live pop-ups on television. I think this show would be an absolute winner on commercial television. So there you are. And I have told a couple of companies that, but you'd need Lou Grade to return. Bless him. And I know that he would be hiring Scottie McClue. There we are. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to share it now. I'll share it in another group. And I'll just say Scottie McClue live new. Can you all do the same, guys, while I'm doing this? If you can all share, that's great. We need to be doing it together. Oh, there's so much to be done. We're very, very new to the YouTube pop-up. This is only number 13. So there we go. How many people have popped up 13 times and had a full board? Tremendous. Thingamajig STV. Who's the guy who presented it? Jerry Nickel. That was Jack McLaughlin, the Laird of Cook Gardens. I was actually watching him today in a video. Good man, Jack. Very, very good. Very, very good announcer. Started off, I think it was at Grampian Television. And I'm sure Jack was also, was he not down at one of the radio stations? Was it Radio Victory? Or what was it called? I'm sure he was down in one of the radio stations down south. Jack McLaughlin. Marvellous guy. Anthony Mac, I remember Jimmy McGregor. I actually said the great Jimmy McGregor on the radio. The great man contacted me and said, I'm no bloody digit. I had to apologise. He's very good about it. Jimmy McGregor, Robin Hall and Jimmy McGregor, the Galliards. And I remember seeing them live at the Arts Guild in Greenock, and they were like massive, massive superstars because they also appeared, was on the Tonight programme with Cliff Mitchell-Moore, Robin Hall and Jimmy McGregor. Say la with your tongue out, la, ah, ah, ah. Very good. So there we are. Say ta-ra-la with your tongue out. Ah, thanks, Gorgeous Gordon, says Jerry Nickel. Jack McLaughlin, Radio Clyde, Cayley show every Saturday was terrific. Ian Quinn, absolutely. And Scottie McClue, Radio Clyde, Cayley. Do you remember that one? Thingamajig, Friday night. No, it wasn't a Friday night, Ian. I don't think it was. I might be wrong. Was Thingamajig not something like a Thursday night? I'd need to check up on that. There we are. I'm on a wonderful group that are former STV people. So I'll ask somebody when did Thingamajig go out. I used to listen to that too, Ian. Yes, we loved it. Well, you would watch it, Gordon. It was on STV. So there we are. Now, here we go with a bit of sharing. If you can all do the same, folks, very, very much appreciated. Excellent stuff. More likes, please. You're a pure legend, Scottie. I thank you, Glenn. So are you. So there you are. Who all listened to Frank Skerritt? Now, Frank Skerritt was on a Friday night on STV, round about tea time. So there we are. Wonderful. Frank Skerritt. Terrific. No, I think it was a Thursday. Yes, Jerry Nickel, I think Thingamajig went out on a Thursday. Or was it a Tuesday? Pardon me. Or was it a Wednesday? Have some water. I was talking to somebody today who said our live stream's a wee bit Scottish. So there you are. So a wee bit Scottish. Surprised that I'm not sure if the Autobots have angled it towards Scotland, the people that are coming on. Scottie, did you ever hear McClue's Cayley on Radio Clyde a few years back? I did, Watery Leaf, yes. I thought it was very good. Well, certainly the music was good. You know, I remember that. Not so sure about the chat. The chat. Right, what have we got here? There we are. Right, Scottie McClue live new. Just sharing. Got a wee cough tonight. Maybe need to take a wee cough. Too much talk. A shout out to Erin Foy, who won the family Zoom quiz tonight, says Fiona, Dinky-Doo, Gordon Robertson, Frank Skerritt was Kravitz, played the music on Radio Clyde Sunday morning and Wednesday 10:30 to midnight. No, Gordon. Harsh. Maybe you didn't get your request played, and that's why you've got a bit of a face on you. You've got a monk on, as they say in the north of England. Hang on. Ah, a wee comfort break. Dinky-Doo. Betty, Jimmy Sanderson on Super Scoreboard. Yes, now Jimmy was Crabbit. That's different there. We at the game. We at there. Are you accusing me of mendacity? Can Erin have a round of silent applause, please? She certainly can. Erin. Sorry, it's silent. Fantastic. We love that. This is for you, Erin. There we are. How's that? Do you ever watch Only an Excuse to do a great impersonation of Ronnie Brown from the Corries? Kids always love it when he says, come on. Anyway, yes, absolutely. Jonathan and I were students together. So there you are. There's a wee snippet for you there. Sanders on the Fitball, Radio Clyde. Good to see sport back. Horse racing, Fitball shortly, says Jerry Nichol. I remember calling round at a friend's house and rang the doorbell up the stairs to the flat, rang the doorbell, he opens the door and he goes, right, get in here quick and shut up. And his wife says, don't talk to him like that. He goes, well, no, you've got to because shh. And Sanderson was on the Radio Clyde phone-in. People that didn't even know about sport used to listen. PMSL, you doing Jimmy Sanderson? Fantastic. Did you like that, Gordon? That was beautiful, says Fiona. Did it just bring back memories, guys? Did it jog your memory? You know? Wonderful stuff. We at the game. We at the game. No, you weren't at the game, so you don't know what you're talking about. Everyone just go, so Jimmy gets stuck into him. You got the Dafty on, the Dafties go, I think they should just give up and no bother about trying for the cup. You know? Are you out of your mind? That was beautiful. Take care, Scotty. The listeners till tomorrow. Ian Quinn, bless you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your wisdom, for your input, for your candour. Wonderful. Have a lovely night. Take great care of your dear self. And hopefully you'll join us tomorrow and we can get more of your wonderful chat. Thank you, Ian Quinn. Round of applause for Ian Quinn. Wonderful. Shops should remain open until 10 p.m. by law in case the drunkards run out of booze. Now, do you think there's more boozing with lockdown or less boozing? So it doesn't affect me because I'm not on the booze. Night-night, Kareem, says Gordon Robertson. Is Kareem away? Yes, absolutely, Kareem. Take great care of your dear self, sir, and join us tomorrow. Anthony says, I remember the late, great Arthur Montfort and his famous sports jackets on Scott Sport and STV. I wonder what was the first sports TV show was in Scotland. Probably it would be something that BBC Outside Broadcast did, because their first songs of praise came from the Kirk of Shotts. So there we are. One more shout out, Scotty, for my brother-in-law, Aidan. He's 23 today. He finished last in the quiz. Oh, questions were a wee bit difficult. You threw in a wee challenger there. Fantastic. Did you try them? Which movie does Just Do It come from? Have we got that one? Have you ever followed football, Scotty? No, Glenn, I didn't. My father was a very, very busy man. He had his own business and he worked a lot and he was a big ex-para. He'd never, ever gone to football. And I never went to football. I think I went to my first football match when I was 40. And my agent at the time was a top football agent. And he had been George Best's agent. And he took me along to a game. And it was lovely. They treated me like royalty when I went along. You know, I got a seat in the stand. And but I didn't really have a clue. And he was laughing his head off, the agent, when I said, gosh, they give that ball some wallop, don't they? And he's, aye. Then he asked me what the score was, and I got it wrong. I said, is it 1-1? He went, 2-1. I'd missed a goal. Not very popular. And then I can remember also being invited to go into the director's box at the big clubs. And I said that I wasn't sure if I could make it because I had some shopping to do. That went down like a lead balloon. And I got a lecture. Do you have any concept, Scotty, of what you're being offered here? But I'm sure if I wanted to go, I could still go into the director's box at the big clubs. And say, Scottie McClue here. You know, what time's kickoff? When can you make it? So there we are. Always remember, lovely story about we were climbing over the fence at an Old Firm game. And the police came up and he said, what do you think you're doing? I said, well, we're just climbing over the fence. He went, go back in until the end of the game. Fantastic. I knew Arthur very well. He was a lovely, lovely man. Just a very nice man. Night, Gordon. Yes, absolutely. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man. What's next, says Jerry? Healthy, wealthy, and wise. It doesn't work always, though. I've tried it. One more shout out, Scott. Oh, yes, for Aidan. Yes, 23. Have you ever followed football, says Glenn? We've done that one. Lots of Arthur's commentaries are still available on YouTube. Wonderful stuff. I did get invited to commentate, but I had to tell them I knew nothing about football, and they said, well, you're fine with the rest of us. Archie McPherson was great with his famous hairstyle. Legendary Dougie Donnelly. I know Dougie very well as well. Dougie Donnelly, lovely man. You should really have been supporting Morton. On the ton. I believe Morton was the great Arthur Montfort's team. Yes, Morton was Greenock. Is Greenock. What are we talking about? On the ton. Fantastic. So there we are. Years ago, I once asked somebody directions to Capillo, and he said, if you just follow the crowd. I ended up in the local superstore. Scotty, were you an only child? I'm from a family of three, one of each. So they're good for you, Jerry. Excellent. What do they identify as? Thanks, Scotty and Gordon, for setting my slightly out thoughts. Not at all, Ian. Frank Scarrett from Glasgow Evening Citizen gave good advice. Yes, Magnus. Yes, the Evening Citizen. Do you remember the Citizen? Fantastic. Crikey, Scotty, you never change, says Glenn Peacock. No, I don't. I would like to change, but how do you do that? You know, what do you do? More sharing, please, guys. We can't leave it like this. We need more sharing. So wonderful stuff. Scotty, you should have been a stand-up comedian, says Glenn Peacock. I was, Glenn, but I was asked to sit down. Said, Scotty, could you just leave the stage now? The comedian wants to come on. So there, fantastic. I did the, I'll tell you what I did. I was with a circus for a while, and I did the human cannonball. And that was quite good money. And of course, you got a bit of mileage as well. So there we are. I remember the Evening Citizen, the big green paper, and the Evening Times, the pink one. Yes, the Citizen was great. I was very friendly with one of the journalists of the Citizens called George Ritchie. Do you ever remember George? A lovely, lovely man. He was from Aberdeen originally, and a real genius, clever man. All your Scottish journalists were quite brilliant. You know, really very, very clever people. And they knew the stuff in their writing. You bought the paper for the journalists, you know. Did you know Jack House? I only met Jack House once. So there you are. So, no, I didn't. But I've read a lot of his books, Gordon. Tremendous. I love his books about Glasgow and his books about Scotland. That last joke stole all my acts, says Ian. No airs and graces. True to yourself, big man. Respect. Well, this morning I was standing on the main road. I put my hand out to stop a bus. I wasn't strong enough. There we are. I went into the doctor's. He said, yes. I said, could you help me out? He said, which way did you come in? I love it when the football commentators say, sensational, shocker Rooney, what a stramash. It's great when they say, if it went into the back of the net, it would have been a goal. Yeah, all that stuff. It's wonderful that they just get that wrong. Just very, very strange, you know. If he'd handled that with his feet, it would not have been a foul. What a shit. Oh, little bit of argy-bargy on the pitch going on here. The referee not happy at all. I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, there it is, yellow card. Oh, red card. He's still arguing with the referee. Yes. Oh, dear. Still arguing. No, off he goes. There he is. Early bath. I wish he hadn't done that. I'll bet he does too. Wish you could play the old material like the Magic Megamix. Glenn Peacock, if I could play music on here, it'd be fabulous. You know, stick on a few Jimmy Shans, all that stuff. When you were announcing on telly, did you get an allowance for your jacket while envisioning Jerry Nickel? Believe it or not, you did. You got a clothing allowance, and I went down to a very well-known store and purchased a new tweed jacket. You had to watch that you didn't take small checks. I don't mean small checks for your jacket, but it was a small check one because they did flare. And Gordon actually mentioned Arthur's jacket sometimes flared. I once held up a bus. I didn't know my own strength. We love it. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. I was standing at the Central Station in Glasgow and I just burst into tears. A policeman came up, he said, I can arrest you. I said, what for crying out loud? There you are. So wonderful. Betty McIver, yes, she's mentioning the referees, absolutely. How about it's a game of two halves? The best commentary I heard was a player who got sent off and said, all right, brilliant. Yeah, right, Tony. We're not going into all that, though. But thank you for that. Very, very good. So there we are. We don't mention the names, you see. I'll just take that one out. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. There we go. Now, oh, my goodness me. We're just about out of time, guys. I think I am going to have to go. Oh, that's gone. I've shared that there by accident. So that's just gone on there. Shared it by accident. Now, can you do me a big favour? Can we have lots more likes? Can everybody watching, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Guys, if you can tell everybody, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, share it round the internet and tell everybody about this wonderful live stream. Tell everybody what we're like. And thank you to those of you who have tapped the dollar sign tonight and sent me a wee hot chocolate. Very much appreciated. That's it for tonight. Back to work after 8 weeks off, said Jerry. Back tomorrow, so Dinky-Doo. Doctor, I feel like a pair of curtains. You need to pull yourself together. You'd be a great football commentator, says Tony. Oh, I don't know about that, Tony. My goodness me. I'm not sure everybody would share that. There we are. Out to Smith. A very good cross. Up and straight off the bar. What a shame. That could not have been lined up better, but there we are. I'm not sure if he slipped. The turf is not good today. We may see a bit of that before this game's over. Sorry for the name mentioned. Not at all, Tony. You will learn, I'm sure. Dinky-Doo every day, says Ian429. Ian429, how lovely to have you with us. Dinky-Doo, I say. Thank you to Scotty and everyone else for tonight's chat. Thank you to you, Gordon Robertson, for your superb input as always. Dinky-Doo, Scotty, says Glenn. Dinky-Doo, guys. That's us. We're out of time. I'll sing you the song. Goodbye, everybody, goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. That's us. Take great care of your dear selves. Stay home, stay safe. If you're going out, look after yourselves. Make sure that it's unavoidable. And we'll all catch up tomorrow night, 8 o'clock sharp. Until then, this is Scottie McClue, live on YouTube just for you, saying to every single one of you, Dinky-Doo, ta-ra, loves!